Welcome back, everyone, to Hotel Talk. And today I have with us two young entrepreneurs. They are brothers and co-founders of IY Media, which has recently opened up here in Limassol, Cyprus. It is Fadi and Nour Samaha. Boys, welcome. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having us.
Well, I'm so happy that we've met recently, and I'm so interested and just I don't want to say overwhelmed, but very impressed with your story because you're both incredibly young, and I don't say that at all in a condescending way. I say it in with absolute admiration and respect because what you've achieved so far is remarkable, and people in their 50s haven't yet got to the stage that you're already in. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you're just under and at 20 years old, like now. So I think it's amazing. I met your parents. I think they're wonderful and very supportive. So tell us a little bit about IY Media, which is a stunning, huge congratulations for the most amazing, innovative office I've seen in Limassol.
Thank you so much.
Tell us a bit about IY Media. What is it? And why did you co-found this business here in Cyprus, having come from Lebanon recently?
All right, so basically, IY Media is a social media marketing agency, and it was launched in Lebanon around 4 years ago. And the founder was still is a very good friend of ours. We both used to do stuff related to social media when I was 13, and when he was 15, he used to make websites. So we've always had that mindset about marketing. We used to always like to learn more about marketing, do this, do that. We used to always be into social media. So I took a few mentorships when I was 13, and I started doing affiliate marketing and social media management, and it was really good. But I had to stop, unfortunately, later on due to my studies.
Of course. I mean, you were both still at school. It's amazing that you managed to balance both and that you had such amazing vision because, most kids at school are more interested in, I don't know, doing their sports or playing computer games or chilling with their friends. So for you to take on mentorship
Mhm.
opportunities and really go for both of your careers is great.
Thank you so much. So after that period, when I stopped, I started doing a few things here and there, and then we came up with the idea because we saw the success of IY Media in Lebanon and Dubai. We came up with the idea to open it here in Cyprus.
So you franchised it from your friends in Lebanon,
Yeah,
and then the two of you
Exactly.
co-founded it here in
yeah,
Limassol.
yes.
Yeah.
And we saw a huge opportunity because we looked around at Cyprus, and there are good social media marketing companies, but not up to that level yet. That level of efficiency, tools, and overall IY Media. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying this because I'm a co-founder or a partner. No, I'm saying this because it's actually true. The amount spent for ads in 2024 was $150 million through IY Media. And the biggest one in Cyprus, the biggest company I've seen in Cyprus, has spent around 10 million in ad spend. So,
But that's because obviously of the accounts
yeah,
that they've attracted and they've worked
exactly.
with and the budgets that these big companies have given them.
Yeah.
So, and tell me a bit about Meta because you said you're the biggest Meta partner now in Cyprus.
Yes.
How did that happen? What's the deal there? And tell us a bit about the benefits of that.
All right. So basically, when you become a Meta partner, it gives you specific tools. It gives you a lot of tools. With Meta, the more you spend on ads, the more tools you get as an agency. And with that help from Meta, of course, we're able to target more audience and for less cost, let's say, and more precision. So it helps out a lot of businesses, and of course, it gives us exposure when that happens. It's just overall very, very good to
Mm-hmm.
be Meta partners because of the tools that you get, as well as the trust and the certification from Meta.
And are you the only Meta partner in Cyprus?
No, there are a few other Meta partners in
Okay.
Cyprus, around 3 or 4, if I'm not
Hmm.
mistaken.
Amazing. So what makes you guys unique then?
The
It's basically our approach, how we deal with our clients. We have a weekly report. We
Hmm.
follow the system where we have a weekly report that shows our client every week how well their ads basically did. And make sure that our ads are top-notch quality, they're the best, we do something called A/B testing, where we test different ad campaigns and we go with which one got the most results, the best results. So, yep.
And how big is your team? Because I met quite a few members of your team when I came out to your offices.
We have 45 to 50 employees in Lebanon and in Dubai. I'm not yet sure, but they're top notch. Every
And you work
employee, let's
together.
say,
So you have your office here in Cyprus with, I'm not sure how many you have, 10 or so. And then there's also in Lebanon, there's Dubai. So you all
it's
work
like a
together.
network. It's a web.
Okay.
It's a web. It's very strategic teamwork,
Mhm.
you could say.
Yeah.
Every employee goes through tremendous amounts of training. They
Hmm.
get trained for almost 2 to 4 weeks
Hmm.
with everything they need to do, how they need to work, and they're all connected. They meet each other. They make we make tons of workshops to build a relationship with our employees because that's what's very important in a
And
company.
tell us a bit, how have you found the move from Lebanon to Cyprus? So you're relatively new to Cyprus. I know a lot of Lebanese, unfortunately, although we want lots of Lebanese like myself to come and live in Cyprus, but it's been unfortunate that people have had to move
Yeah.
from Lebanon due to the recent war. But now hopefully everything's better and you're here by choice.
Yeah.
So how have you found that? How have you found moving to Cyprus?
Honestly, I'd say it was pretty welcoming.
Yeah?
It was, of course, it was a little different moving from Lebanon to Cyprus. It was a little difficult actually, leaving your friends, your family, everything behind, and moving to a new country where you know literally no one. But it was also exciting, and I think it was overall a very good experience. I really like Cyprus. It's
Mm.
a really nice country.
Oh.
It's so sunny here.
And overall, you could say we're basically the same people. A lot of traditions, our culture is very compatible.
Yeah.
Lebanese people, they do barbecue every Sunday. They like to hang out with family. We do gatherings.
Mm.
So we realize that Cyprus is also very family oriented, the same as Lebanon.
Yeah, it is, especially its position. It's a crossroads. So Lebanese and Cypriot people have had a long affiliation
Mm.
for many, many, many years and centuries, I think. And yeah, it's wonderful. So I want to talk to you about your studying. How are you balancing it? Because it's quite a balancing act. I know Fadi, you're doing online now,
Yeah.
so that you finish school
No,
still, huh?
no, I'm gonna finish school this year.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But you're doing online, aren't you?
Yeah.
To finish. So, and you've set up already a company. You're managing that. Nor I know you're studying in Cyprus at university,
Hmm.
and you have 5 days a week. You told me
Yeah.
lectures. I mean, it's not like, oh, you've only got 2 days you have to go in. How are you balancing that? How are you managing to complete your studies, which are important for your growth and development in the next stage of your life, as well as launching your own business?
Well, it hasn't been the easiest, of course,
Of
you know,
course,
and
yeah.
we haven't 100% perfected it. I say this can never be 100% fully done to balance
Mm,
school life and work at the same time. But it does help to have a very strong mentality and that we always push each other. And when we see someone struggling, we try to help each other.
mm.
We're always there for each other.
Yeah.
That's I couldn't have done it without Fadi.
And I obviously couldn't have done it without him. But it was mentally draining, honestly.
Well, and
So
you haven't finished yet. I mean, you're still, yeah,
yeah,
it's
we're
tough.
barely sleeping, and of course working really hard. But we have a vision, and we're sure it's gonna come true. We're sure it's gonna happen. We're so sure of that thing that you saw the office. It's
I
like
know it's
a big
beautiful.
office
Yeah,
and
big office.
seafront, everything. We're so sure of what we're doing to the point that we're willing to do all of this that we're going through.
I really love that. Nour, you were saying earlier about having a teacher who just believed in you and
Yeah.
said, yeah, you can do it. And Fadi, you were saying about having mentors from a young age. Let's talk a bit about your parents and other people who have impacted your life and given you that confidence to go ahead and fulfill your dreams.
Well, I could say this all started with our mom and dad, of course.
Mm,
My mom always was, how can I say that? Let's say this, passionate and she has goals. She always goes for more. Like
Mm.
how can
Yeah, she's always ambitious, striving for the next
ambitious.
target. Yeah.
Exactly. And she's never satisfied with what she has achieved. She always needs to achieve more, and that's
Mm.
we kind of got that mentality that we need to always
Keep moving.
keep moving forward, never stop, never stay in one place for too long, never
Mm.
get too comfortable. And our dad always used to say, this is his famous quote, where there's a will, there's a way. So
My dad used to always push us. Like there is no room for failure. The the push that he gave us now is crazy. Even sometimes, even though he might be mean sometimes, we know he's doing it out of love. But yeah, he also played an incredible role in pushing us.
it's the tough love.
Tough
Yeah.
Yeah,
love. Yeah. And your teachers, you had other influences that anyone else in your life, family that have encouraged you to.
Actually, I had this teacher when I was younger, and she's the teacher I told you about
Mm.
earlier. Uh, I just asked her a simple question: do you think I can do this? And she said, of course you can. She didn't elaborate. She didn't go
Mm.
too much into detail. She didn't try to motivate me. She just, she was so sure of her words that she made me believe them. It was, it was amazing. And ever since then, I have never, well, I can't say that I have never doubted myself, but the amount of doubt has significantly decreased.
Hmm. And how close you two are as brothers? I mean, I'm also close with my siblings, but what do you think helped? Because you see some siblings that are not close, that they can't stand each other, or they go completely different directions, and then others that are soulmates.
yeah.
And what do you think it was growing up that made you two so close, and you've even decided from such a young age that you want to always work with each other, you always want to be next to each other?
Honestly, we did go through a few tough times in our
Mm.
life, obviously, and we went through that together. And life dealt us not such a good set of hands, you could say.
Mm.
And we had to work with what we got, and that just made our bond way stronger. We started working against the problem together. We tried to not get mad at each other because we knew the amount of stress that we'd be both going through sometimes, and we tried to understand things from the other person's perspective.
And how young were you when you started facing problems together?
Well,
10,
Like
8,
young, yeah.
maybe,
maybe even younger.
well,
Yeah.
Honestly, since the beginning.
we've always had each other's backs, and my mom and my dad always say this: the only people you truly have in this life are your siblings and your family.
Mm.
So you can never lose them.
Mm.
We've
Exactly.
obviously had our fights, me and Fadi, bickering about, okay, it's my turn to play. It's
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, always.
but I honestly believe that these situations also brought us closer.
Mm.
Even
Yeah.
bickering
Yeah.
builds a relationship.
But he used to always have my back as well in school. He has to mention that. Um, I, right, I wasn't the best student. I have changed a bunch of schools, and teachers weren't so good to me, honestly. Of course, I wasn't the best, but they were like, I've met some horrible teachers that said some really bad stuff to me. Even in school, before I left my first school when I was in grade 4, I used to enter a lot of fights, and sometimes I used to be outnumbered, so I would have to tell him to come, and he'd get his friends, and it was like organized crime in the school.
Oh my goodness. But therefore, well, I had a similar, not fight wise, but my brother, yeah, he'd always, like, if he was ever in trouble, and I only have a year's difference, but I'd be like, right, I'd be marching up across
Yeah,
the playground,
Mm.
telling even teachers off, that's my brother. Yeah, nabbing. And we always
I,
remember, he always spent his money, on his crisps and everything.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
didn't. So he'd always come with, and we laugh, and we're like, until now, like, Farah, can I have my
that's me.
shop?
I remember one time there was the school president,
Mm.
and I didn't know where my brother was, and it was after school, and I was like,
Oh
since
my
he's very
God.
late, 100% he has done something, and
Something's gone wrong.
they're punishing him. They have him
Mm.
in detention. And I went up to the school president and I was like, "Where's my brother?" And he was like, it's none of your business. And I was like, what do you mean it's none of my business? He's my brother. And he was like, get out of my face. And he started shouting. And I started shouting at him, and my friend started telling me to calm down.
And did you get your brother in the end? Did you find
I
him?
At the
honestly
end,
don't remember. I forgot about him.
I remember the story very clearly. It was a Friday, and I wanted to go with my friends to the beach after school, and I had to go with the bus back home, right? So he saw that I had my beach clothes in my bag and everything, and that I had like money with me. And he was like, "Where are you going after school?" I was like, "To the beach with my friends." He was like, "You can't go to the beach with your friends. You have to go home, then you go to the beach with your friends." I was like, "But it doesn't make any sense.
That's the school present.
After the school finishes, I can do whatever I want, obviously. Like it's not really his business." And I told him I have approval from my parents, like I should be allowed to go. So he took my money and he took my stuff, and he was like, "You're not leaving." I was like, "No, I'm leaving." And then he was like, "Wait here." And that thing happened with my brother. Then he came back, gave me my stuff, told me to get on the bus. Eventually, I did end up paying the bus driver to drop me off near school, and we went to the beach. But it was a crazy story, honestly.
Unnecessary. Yeah. Sometimes teachers, they might be trying their best, but they don't help the situations.
Mhm.
So let's talk a bit about social media. Obviously, you're the era of social media. I don't think you guys have known anything different. You've grown up with it completely. Um, so, what role does it play in modern marketing? And how does IY Media help businesses in that space to stand out?
Okay,
Well,
so go ahead.
okay, basically, billboards and paper marketing doesn't cut it anymore.
Mm.
Everyone's on their phone from, how can I say this, not very financially
Capable people.
capable to
Hmm.
like the wealthiest.
Yeah.
So everyone can get to whatever they're looking for on social media using Google, Instagram, Facebook, Marketplace, Bazaraki, even. So anything you would like to find is online. And of course, if you wanna go.
I'll continue. So basically, everything is on social media nowadays. Everything is accessible on the internet. It's not like 20 years ago when you had to do print ads or
Hmm.
billboards to be able to reach the audience that you want to reach. No, nowadays you can just post an ad. You can set it by demographics. You can target people in London. You can further enhance tools to target people in Cyprus that are very specific. People who like coffee, people who don't like coffee, people who are overweight, people who aren't overweight, stuff like that. So it gives you really a whole different sector. It just gives you that incredible advantage. It lets you target the exact type of people you want. And other than that, with IY Media, how it helps the business even more is, as I said, with the tools, it increases the targeting. It makes it more targeted with the tools that
Mm.
Meta gave to us. It it gives it gives the business the control that it gives the business such a great control on what people see his content. For example, if you wanted the foreigners to see your content that were in Cyprus, you would be able to target that because Meta and everything on your phone basically is tracked. I don't know if you noticed this, but when you open your phone, um, when you open any app,
Allow
you get
tracking.
allow tracking, and
Mm.
you decide to turn it on or off. So a lot of people press allow tracking actually without even reading the
Mm.
thing. So that helps Meta and other platforms also track your activity on other apps. Let's say you were talking about villas. We used this example yesterday at the expo. Let's say you're talking about villas on a WhatsApp chat, and you tell your friend, I'm really looking for a villa in Limassol, a luxury villa in Limassol. Later that day or that week, you're gonna get a few ads about villas in Limassol. So it's really crazy how precise it can be.
Yeah. It's so true. It's like that joke, isn't it? I'm worried that, the world is listening to me. And it's that I laughed, Siri laughed, Alexa laughed,
Yeah.
because the phones, they do listen. So, how do you see it evolving in Cyprus and the MENA region? Where do you see marketing going in the next 5 years?
Honestly, from what I've seen in Cyprus is
Hmm.
it has extreme potential. Not a lot of people are using social media ads already. There's
Really?
yeah, not a lot. If you look at it compared to Lebanon, for example, of
Mm,
course the population in Lebanon
it's bigger.
is
Yeah.
bigger, but still statistically not a lot of people are using it here.
Mm,
And just like 4 years ago, or maybe 5 years ago, there wasn't a lot of people doing social media marketing in Lebanon as well. And IY Media really changed the game in
mm.
Lebanon. And we really aim to do that here in Cyprus and then expand to the rest of Europe, of course. That's one of the goals for the company. And we really think it's going to revolutionize Cyprus as well.
And we believe the next step for our clients is UGC, user generated content.
And
That's
so explain a bit about that. What is that?
that's
What
overlooked
should we
in
be looking
Cyprus.
for?
It's basically if you're selling a product, you need to do something special, something unique, something that's gonna catch your audience. Uh,
And it's, sorry to interrupt, but it's going to be from let's say an influencer, or let's say a travel influencer. They come review Saint Raphael, for example. That would, because the people who follow that travel influencer follow him for a reason, or her for a reason. It's because they trust them, because they know that. Because sometimes you go on booking.com, you look at the room, and it's not the same as the one you actually get.
Hmm.
Of course, that's not the case for Saint Raphael.
Of course not.
But with other hotels, so travel influencers really almost eliminate that risk.
Mm.
That's why UGC is very important goal. So
Just
so
summed it up.
I zoned out actually. UGC. So basically, it's doing something unique, something special. Other than that, other than an influencer reviewing your product or your hotel, your villa, your property, you can review your own hotel. You can review your own product and give it a unique twist,
Mm.
something special about yourself. Maybe a song that you use for every single ad. So every time people hear this song, they
They
remember
remember
your
you.
ad.
Mm.
Other than that, there's a psychological thing called brand awareness. Psychologically, people memorize your brand after seeing it almost 6 times. So with awareness, we focus on people seeing our ads 6 to 8 times, so they
yeah,
subconsciously start trusting the product that they're seeing.
Hmm.
And what I mean by something special or unique, people could either whisper in their video. I saw someone in Lebanon, they even crawl while doing reviews. Like, I've never seen that in my life. They crawl on the ground while someone recording them and they review the apartment that they're showcasing. That's that really catches the
Memorable. To be
audience. Yep.
memorable. Yeah, bizarre but memorable.
yeah.
Exactly.
In Lebanon, they're doing crazy things now. There was a person who used to he had a bag shop, right? So one of the ads was putting a literal human in a bag, and he really got so much hate for that, because he literally put a human in a bag and he closed it and he was holding the human. It was like, um,
Like an adult.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Well,
Human. But
but
I
okay.
think
Like
like
in a
he had a
suitcase.
disability,
Okay.
so that's mainly why he got the hate.
Oh my goodness, I can
Yeah,
imagine.
in a backpack. You put a human in a backpack. And you didn't know, like,
if you open the video, you wouldn't know.
he was wearing the backpack. He took it off and he was like, it holds up to 40 kilograms. If you don't believe me, look at this. And then he opened the backpack
He was
and
driving on a
removed.
motorcycle, then he parked, got off the motorcycle, and then showed us a backpack.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
dangerous. And
Yeah.
other than that, a guy that has a supermarket went into the glass and broke it.
But
It's
these are negative connotations.
But
So
people say
they're
no
some of them.
exposure.
memorable.
It's
Yeah,
bad
it's
exposure,
exposure, but then you might know that, but then do you trust that?
of
You
course.
Exactly.
know, you might say, well, I've seen that. Yes, I've heard of it, but I don't want to buy from that guy because he doesn't believe in the same morals that I believe
Yeah.
in.
That's because of the IY media's impact on Lebanon. Now people are like very competitive to catch
Mm,
people's attention.
mm,
They've been looking for other ways to innovate the way they market.
yeah.
So that's what they,
But it's a fine line, isn't it,
of
between
course,
Exactly.
something,
of
I
course.
mean, it's been so much in historically in marketing. Even I think the most famous one that went wrong that I can remember is the was it you've or you've been tangoed, which was like it's an orange soda pop, an
Oh
orange
yeah.
drink, um, and like any fizzy orange drink
Hmm.
that they have, and called Tango, and they had a whole marketing campaign that they spent millions on at the time on television before social media, where you drink it go orange and then be running around being a
Yeah.
bit crazy and a bit naughty. And it was very funny because these orange people would be
Yeah.
around the UK. And you've been tangoed. That was the thing. And the brand was doing extremely well until a little boy actually turned orange. And then I think they had 5 cases of people who were excessively drinking their product. They actually, their skin color did
Turned
change
orange.
and went a bit
Wait,
orange.
they turned orange. Yeah.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
Oh, because there's obviously food colorant in the
Yeah.
orangeade, and then I guess if you drink 20 of those a day, your skin's going to change color. And so, in a normal case of someone enjoying one with a meal or having 2, 3 a day, nothing's going to happen. But yeah, so they did change obviously the recipe, but they had to completely withdraw this marketing campaign because the
Mm,
"You've been tangoed" became real.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you just
It
It's
you
kind of
never
backfired.
it
funny,
backfired. Yeah, you never know.
but sometimes, okay, so publicity is good,
Mm,
right? But sometimes it can be bad, especially
mm.
when it goes viral
Yeah,
and people don't like it. That would be a business
yeah,
nightmare. Just like that guy with the backpack that we
yeah,
talked about.
exactly. That's it.
That's
No one
really bad
wants to. Yeah,
virality.
yeah, yeah,
That's why
exactly.
people need to be careful with who they work with.
Yeah.
Look at their portfolio, the way they work, their services, what they offer.
And to share that the story of their brand, the morals, the
Exactly.
ethics, the
Exactly.
history, it is important. I mean, everybody makes mistakes. We've
No one's
done it.
perfect. Yeah.
There'll always be some marketing campaigns that didn't do the best. But so, how do you guys stay creative? Where do you get your ideas from?
Honestly,
Mm.
they sometimes they just come, or we meditate.
Mm-hmm.
Very rarely, but sometimes we meditate. They usually come naturally, but when
Mm.
we're very stressed, it's kind of hard to think of a
Mm-hmm.
creative idea. But really, not even meditating in such a spiritual way.
Yeah,
Just sitting 2, 3, maybe five,
With your
ten
own
minutes
thoughts,
with your
yeah.
own thoughts and doing deep breaths, that helps you a lot, honestly.
Yeah. And I
Can
like that in your office, you've got a room for that, don't you?
we
Which
have a
is
exactly.
chill zone.
so,
It's
yeah,
called the chill zone.
amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And other than that, of course, there's a different method of being creative and innovative. Social media is endless, it's limitless. So if you just sit down on TikTok for like an hour, you would see like either 60 to 120 videos.
Mm.
And that's like a lot of content. That's a lot of ideas coming
Mm.
to you. That's
Yeah. That you can use and, yeah,
exactly
use to
mix and match.
springboard to get, yeah.
So it's
it's
always
limitless.
evolving. It's always evolving. There's always the better idea. There's
Mm.
always the better method, the better process to follow.
And who's inspired you the most? I mean, what campaigns do you look up to and say, wow, that was amazing?
Honestly, a very two very bold moves that were done where
I know what you're gonna talk about.
the Coca-Cola, I think it was, or
Hmm.
Pepsi, but either
Oh,
one
they're
of
not
them,
going to like that. Which
yeah,
one was it?
yeah, they put the other brand on the floor to step on it to be able to reach the vending machine.
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
kind of dirty, but it was somehow legal.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was it was really impressive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they're all owned by the same people, honestly.
Yeah, I think they've
Yeah,
both done it to each other. I
maybe.
can't remember which one did that for the thing, but then another one, they had like, oh, we've only got Pepsi, and they went, no, I'm not going to
I
have
think
it.
it was Pepsi
Yeah,
doing it to Coke,
yeah,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Coca-Cola.
even Mercedes did that. They okay, so the CEO of Mercedes retired. Like
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't at Mercedes anymore, and they made an ad. I can finally drive my BM now, and it was a video of him getting home, parking the Mercedes, and leave. No, it was a video of him leaving the BM, getting in the Mercedes and leaving. He was the CEO of BM. So yeah, that was also pretty bold. But yeah, it's really nice competitive marketing.
Yeah, but how much was he paid to do that? Yeah,
I'm
And
sure a lot.
yeah.
there's a very, very nice ad. I remember it's an Audi ad. It brought Alfa Romeo for
Mm,
like looks, BMW performance, Mercedes
mm,
luxury, and the fourth brand. I don't what no, it's not Volkswagen. I don't remember the fourth brand,
mm,
but they were all keychains getting put on a key rack, I believe, and they were like overlapping.
mm.
Okay, and after they put all of the keys,
You go into
it was
Audi.
the Audi logo.
Yeah,
It was the Audi logo. That was very nice and
yeah,
very creative.
yeah, yeah. It's funny, isn't it? And what you're allowed to do in marketing laws,
Yeah.
and a lot of marketing laws are quite outdated. So I mean, I know for the food industry that I'm obviously quite into. There's a lot of laws that haven't been changed in a long time, which is why there's these loopholes to
Hmm.
then allow brands, let's say, to market their food for 4 month old, even though it's
Yeah.
actually designed for 6 months old,
Mm.
but because that law hasn't been changed since 1983, or yeah. So it is quite interesting. Um, so what are the plans moving forward? Where do you see? I mean, you've mentioned already IY Media. You want to go into Europe, but where do you see this company growing and your brotherly love and
Honestly,
work developing as a team?
yeah. Honestly, first we're gonna expand over Cyprus. So now we have our office in Limassol. It's gonna be the headquarters. Then we're gonna have an office in Nicosia, Larnaca, Paphos. We're gonna have in every city an office, and we're just gonna try to give as much value here in Cyprus as we can, and help as many businesses as possible. And then after that, we'd really go into Europe. But first, we want to ensure that we do literally everything we can in Cyprus.
Basically, Cyprus will be covered. We've helped as many people as we can. Of course, we're gonna keep on helping, but we've basically done 95% of the work.
Mm.
The rest of the 5% is just gonna be overtime. So after that, we're gonna go to Greece. After Greece, Italy, hopefully.
Spain.
Well, you've heard it here first, everyone.
Yeah.
We look forward to seeing that happen. So everybody gets asked this, and I gave you a heads up. Your favorite quotes. Let's have one from each of you.
All right. So I think I'll go first. Mine um is mind over matter, right? I actually want to get that tattooed someday, but I want to make sure it's the right decision. That's why
Yeah,
I'm taking
yeah,
so long.
wait, yeah.
So mind over matter is like the it's actually like 3 words only,
Mm,
but I think it means a lot. It has a very deep meaning. I really like that.
mm,
For me, my quote is a bit longer. My quote is a bit longer. It's if you shoot for the moon and miss, you'll land amongst the stars. That means take the risk, take the chance. Even if you fail, you learn something.
mm.
It's you never actually fail, you just learn. You just learn. So take that chance.
I love that. What a coincidence. I was just reading a book where they mentioned that quote, but then the author was laughing. They said whoever came up with it wasn't a very good astrologer.
Mm.
Because you wouldn't,
Yeah.
but the idea is great. Yeah. Okay, so we have our bonus questions, the tradition on this podcast. So the team at St. Raphael put this together, pull out one each.
Thank you.
You can read it and let us know. Hopefully they're in English.
Mm. They are.
You want to go first, Nour? What does it
Yeah.
say?
If you could instantly master any skill, what would it be?
Wow. Get your degrees and finish with it.
I know, I've got that mastered.
Which one? So what would it be?
Learning new languages.
Learning new language. Oh, I'm with you on that
If I
one.
could finish learning a new language in a day, I'd learn all
Oh,
of the
wouldn't
languages
it
of
be
the world.
amazing?
It would be great.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Hopefully, soon enough, I'll learn Greek, learn how to talk Greek. After that, I'll brush up on my French
There you
because I'm
go.
not the best at French, but I do have a base.
Okay, you've got Arabic and English
Yeah.
though. Yeah. And you, Paddy, what question did
um
you get?
Mine was a bit different. What's a hidden talent or skill that no one knows you have?
Wow.
Right. So I'm pretty transparent. So a lot of skills or talents that I would have are already known by everyone. But I'm gonna have to try and think about this one for a minute. Um,
If I know, it doesn't count.
Yeah,
If
tell
I
us.
It doesn't
Yeah,
count if I don't know.
that's
what is
even
it?
better. Help each other out.
Mm.
Maybe you still haven't discovered them.
Yeah,
There's
maybe.
so many still to come, and you might. That's the amazing thing about just growing and time passing, and that you learn something new, and then
Yeah,
suddenly you're like, "Wow, I never realized I'm good at this."
yeah.
So
Is it
maybe it's
possible
still
to
to
have
be.
another question? Also, I can show you a talent he can do. The
What?
thing with the eyes. He,
Oh no.
just
Oh
do it,
no.
do it, do it.
Okay.
For those watching.
I'm under pressure now. Wait.
Wow. So if you're just listening to this, Nour can get his eyes to go from left and right in a rapid speed.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, why didn't you answer the same question that Nour got?
Yep.
So if you had any, if you could have any talent and instantaneously master it,
Master any
what
skill.
would you?
I think it would be sales, honestly,
So
because
sailing.
sales.
Oh,
Because
sales, like in
everyone,
business.
if I could master it and become the
Yeah.
best at it, really the world revolves around sales.
I honestly
When
Hmm.
it
think
comes,
Fadi is the best at sales that I've ever met. He's
Yeah.
the best person at sales I've ever met in sales.
all right, I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm not that good,
You
but
are.
Well, you've got marketing as a base.
yeah,
So that's the most important. I always say that's my team. If your foundation is marketing, you can do sales.
exactly.
To quote, famously, what's his name? Gary, I forgot the surname now. But yeah, he says sales is bad marketing. So if you do your marketing right, the sales will come.
Exactly.
Correct.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Correct.
Unless
Guys, thank you so much. Sorry, unless
unless you're selling like a jet or something like the very high ticket, expensive products would really need sales, even though to give that client a little push.
yeah,
Exactly.
definitely. Sales is so important.
So I'm guessing
Definitely.
it depends on the product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think any product you need the sales, but if the marketing is done correctly and people
Hmm.
already trust the brand or they know it, and then you've done your marketing well and they already trust you, and I think that's where a lot of people go wrong in sales is they're trying to sell something they don't believe in or they don't even like, and they're simply put bullshitting, and
Yep.
it doesn't
Exactly.
work because people can see through that. Or even if they don't, then they end up mistrusting. Then they tell 10 people about it. So always be
Repetitions.
honest.
Yeah.
Um, I'm
Also,
like that even with the hotel. I meet people. I'm like, you know what? I think a different hotel would suit you.
yeah.
And I'm suddenly calling friends of mine hoteliers saying, oh, meet this client. And I've had it so many times or exhibitions where people are like, you're crazy, you're passing clients over to us. And I'm like, well, yeah, but there's no reason for them to come to our hotel and be unhappy. They'll be
Yeah.
unhappy, we'll be unhappy. Like if they want something different, there's people who don't want any children around. I mean, we're
Yeah.
a
Exactly.
family friendly hotel. There's,
Mm.
then there's go to an adults only hotel.
Mm.
So
Exactly.
there's always horses for courses. Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. And
And for example, we have a sales specialist in Lebanon,
Mm.
and she is like one of the best.
Mm.
She her shift ends at like 5. She keeps on working till 1 at night. She keeps on working till 1 at night because she has her own phone.
Yeah.
Well, it's because she believes in what she's
And
selling.
she loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
also, I just sorry, this might be taking too long,
No
but I
problem.
just wanna say something for all the younger audience watching,
Yeah.
even people who are like a bit older. It's just never too late to start. You can take that leap of faith. You can start that thing you want to start, and as soon as possible. And the sooner it fails, the better, because you're just
Yes.
gonna
Then you
get up.
learn.
Exactly, you're gonna learn and go back at something new, maybe, or the same thing, but you're
Mm.
gonna go in with experience, and gonna go in stronger. So it's just take that leap of faith and just do it.
100%. And it's never too late. Even the stats, most people don't start their own business until they're in their 50s.
Mhm.
Um, and we hopefully, if you're healthy, you'll have a long life to live. So
Thanks so
keep
much.
on growing, keep on learning, and keep on trying new things. And it's never too late, as you said.
Thanks so
So
much.
yeah, enjoy the ride. Guys, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for
And
having us.
we'll
Thank you for
put
having
all the
us.
links in the show notes. And I hope
Thanks.
everybody listening to this follows you and comes to see you for their social media and all their marketing. And I really wish you every success because you deserve it.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you so
much.
much.
Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you for listening, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button because it helps us more than you may realize. If you are planning on coming to visit us at St. Raphael Resort and Marina, feel free to email our reservations team quoting Hotel Talk and receive an exclusive offer just for you. We look forward to seeing you soon, hearing your feedback about our show, and producing many, many more interesting episodes just for you, our listener, and our valued guest in mind. Thank you so much, and take care.